All right, how about USC and UCLA playing for the Victory Bell? There is said Bell. Now, Mekhi Lemon, Jacoby Lane both sat out the first quarter for the Trojans. They turned to the run game, and man, King Miller has just been a revelation. Continues to make waves. Went over 100 yards rushing again for the fourth time in the last 7 games, but Bruins hanging around. Nico Iamaleava to Quasi Gilmer there. They were up 10-7 at the half. Second half is when SC took over. Jade Mayava, Mekhi Lemon. It's usually a good idea to throw his direction, Howard.
He just finds ways to come up with plays. He makes big plays all the time.
Fourth quarter now. It is Miller off to the races. 41 yards for the touchdown as USC takes the crosstown showdown. They win it 29-10 as Lincoln Riley's team rings the victory bell.
What a great memory to go out on. You know, these guys help pave the way. This team helped pave the way. You know, I thought last year's team paved the way for this year's team to take some big steps, and we did that. This year's team certainly paved the way for the future here, which couldn't be more exciting. So proud of these guys, proud of the win. Rivalry games are always tough, and, you know, just a great way here to end the season.
So, takeaways on what we saw here. Kind of an uneven first half, to say the least, from USC's perspective, but figured it out with a really dominant second half performance. How'd they do it?
They did, and they were able to come up with some plays when UCLA was making some mistakes. Sometimes they had an opportunity to take the ball away and really be able to capitalize. They weren't able to do that. But when you mentioned Mekhi Leonard, this is a guy who, to me, continues to make big plays for them. And I think that's the biggest thing. When you can have guys that can make plays, the other side, too, being able to run the ball with Miller was huge for him, too.
Yeah, I'm going to stick to the Mekhi Lemon point, where he doesn't have a heavy workload for this Trojan team because they do have a ton of different playmakers. But what I do love about the plays that he makes is that they're at the right time. Whenever they need a big play, they find number 6, whether it's in offensive scheme or you see him in the special teams catching a punt and going and getting his largest punt game return of the year of 30-plus yards, which is a fantastic punt return.
Yeah, the touchdown catch was his only catch of the game. But again, to your point, really timely. They needed it. Again, I don't think they're going to be delighted with how they played in the first half, but delighted to get a win in a rivalry game. Give UCLA credit.
Yeah.
They were ready to play.
Yes, they were. They had opportunities in this game.
But their 9th loss for the Bruins, that ties a school record. Let's check out Northwestern and Illinois. They were playing in the snow in Champaign, and of course playing for the Land of Lincoln trophy. Pick it up in the second quarter. Preston Stone to Hayden Allegan for the touchdown, and you got to make a snow angel if you're playing in those conditions, fellas.
You should.
Northwestern on top 10-7. Northwestern's next drive, and this would be a theme.
Tips and overthrows.
Got to have those.
Intercepted there. Stone 3 interceptions on the day. Illinois gets it back just before halftime, and Caden Fagan makes him pay as Illinois takes the lead going into the locker room at 14-10. To the fourth quarter now we go. Final 2 minutes. Stone off the hands of Hunter Welsing, intercepted by Miles Scott. And Illinois hangs on. They beat Northwestern by the final of 20-13, and they celebrate.
A snowball fight.
They celebrate with the snow.
What is going on?
Super excited to get this W for our guys like Miles Scott, Luke Altmaier, and so many other seniors. Gabe Ackus became the Big Ten sack leader today, right? So to have that happen, and just absolutely awesome. We got to wait a week to find out where we're going, but to have back-to-back bowl games, something that hadn't been done very often around here, just super excited for that. And bottom line, to get a Land of Lincoln trophy with 2 trophy games every year, and now for 2 years back-to-back to have all of those in our possession between the Northwestern and Purdue game, very, very special.
So good win for the Fighting Illini. I mean, you think about this, guys. 8 wins for Illinois. They've won 18 games now over the last 2 years. I think we've brought this up. The last time they won 18 over 2 years, Howard Griffith was donning the orange and blue.
And watch this. Watch what he says here. He's going to go ahead.
And the helmets were not leather.
How long ago was that?
It was a long time ago.
Just on cue.
Yes. It was
Just
the
saying, come on,
late 1980s. What do you make of?
What is going on here?
Well, let's
I'm going to human
transition.
resources on Monday.
Yeah. What do you make of Illinois' win, Howard?
Listen, I think Illinois continues to find ways to win. Northwestern had opportunities in this game, but as we've known, when they turn the football over, that's when they have problems. But you have to give Illinois a lot of credit, taking advantage of those turnovers, coming up with them, really helped their defense. But there was some struggles still in the offensive line being able to take care of the passer.
Yeah, there were struggles on the offensive line, but what I did appreciate for the Illini is they took advantage of those turnovers. The defense helped them by being opportunistic when they had opportunities on those tips and those overthrows on creating those turnovers, and the offense didn't let them down by capitalizing at the moment.
We should mention Caleb Kamalafe did not play for Northwestern. They were down to what would have been, I think, their fifth string running back to start the year. And Robbie Preckle, Joe Hyman got hurt, but you can't turn the ball over 4 times.
Particularly on the road.
Win a game.
No, can't do it.
Yeah. So Northwestern 6-6, of course, clinched the bowl game last week, so they will await their bowl destination.